This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome you back to Preston High School in the main gym here. As once again tonight, the Preston Indians will take the floor here this evening as they will go up against Rigby tonight, playing for the championship of the Preston Boys Basketball Classic. And last night, Lyle, we certainly had a classic.
Yeah, what a ball game last night. It's the type of game that you hope for as a fan, but even better when your team wins it, as Preston did last night. And up and down, a lot of scoring, a lot of action, and as we talked about last night, I think Preston took a step forward. They kind of learned a little bit about who they can be this year with how they performed last night.
You know, the coach for Skyview was quoted in the paper this morning after the game last night, talking about how he felt that was really the atmosphere and type of play was really like you'd find in a regional playoff game, and really both teams really took a big step forward. Yeah,
with the intensity of the players, coaches, fans, it really did feel like a February game instead of December. What a great game in a Preston Classic, though.
Yeah, it certainly was. So we get ready for this game, the final game of the tournament, with Preston facing Rigby, and this has all the trademarks of being. That's going to be a technical foul on us for dunking the ball.
Why does the referees come out?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, this has all the hallmarks of being the same type of game that we had last night, to where it's going to be that same type of intensity, and Preston's going to have to play the same type of game they played last night that could prevail later today.
Yeah, they're really going to have to take care of the ball against this Rigby team that has a lot of length and athletic ability at every position. They've got the big kid Togiai inside, who will be a good matchup for Ty. With very similar size, so that ought to be a good one to watch. And the Indians will have to play well again. This will be the fourth game for the Indians this week, having beaten Shelley Tuesday night before we got into the Classic. So we have to watch out a little bit for tired legs and that sort of thing, but you want to come out and win your own tournament. So good for the Indians to make it to the championship, and now you want to get it.
And there are some other aspects to this game that make it a little more interesting, other than just a potential tournament title on the line, and that is the coaching matchup. Tyler Jones, the head coach for the Preston Indians, going up against his brother Justin Jones, the head coach of the Rigby Trojans.
Justin, a couple years older than Tyler. Both coaches have got 3 state championships to their name, and of course their dad Terry had some more over at Malad. So great coaching family, and these two coaches will get after it during the game, but still be brothers after. So we've played Rigby a few times with this matchup, and so it's not a new thing of the first time they faced each other, but it's always an interesting little angle when you have the Jones Bowl.
So but between the two teams, they come in with a combined record of 14-1. Preston, with their win last night, improved to 7-1 on the year, and Rigby is unbeaten. They are 7-0.
Rigby Trojans really struggled 2 years ago. I think they only won one ball game 2 years ago. Last year they won 5 or 6, playing a lot of really young kids, and now they're seeing the fruit of that with this team that's undefeated so far this year and ranked in the top 5 of the 5A ranks in Idaho. So things definitely on the upswing here at Rigby High School.
Looking back at last night's game, once again, we talk about Ty Hyde, and we talk about Cooper Hobson. Ty with an outstanding game with 25, and Cooper's never broken the 30-point plateau at any level playing basketball, and he had 30 last night.
Yeah, boy, they were both fantastic, and we needed every one of those points from those guys as the game went along. Cooper did a lot of his damage from the outside, and Ty from the inside, both of them from the free throw line. They both made 10 free throws, which was huge. So a great game for those guys, and you want to see them to have a good game again, but you want to have that balanced scoring throughout to be dangerous. So we'll look for maybe a third scorer to step up here this afternoon.
And like you mentioned last night, free throwing was the difference in the game.
Yeah, but the Indians knocked down 33 out of 44 free throws, and some of those were after, the game was somewhat decided and they were fouling to stop the clock, but that's still a lot of free throws made, and you got to step to the line and knock them down. Really not a bad percentage, about 75%. I didn't get out my calculator, but not a bad percentage at all there for the Indians.
So the pregame show tonight brought to you in part by Lewiston State Bank. If you're looking for a better rate on your bank or checking accounts, Lewiston State Bank has the answer for you with their My Rate checking account. Stop by their Logan branch at 3rd South in Maine, or go to ls-bank.com for more information. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll visit a little bit with Coach Tyler Jones. We'll talk about last night's game and about this game coming up here tonight against Rigby. We'll do all that coming up next on mylocalradio.com.
I'm a typical banking customer, and I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCU.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Minutes with Tyler Jones before this game against Rigby today. Very exciting game last night. What time did you finally settle down and get some rest?
It took a while to calm down after that, but it was an exciting win and a great game, great environment last night, and I think the tournament's gone really well. All the games again today have been really competitive, and that's what you want, to come in, get challenged, and have good games. So it's been a great weekend.
Had a true team effort all the way around from all the Indians last night.
Yeah, and that's what it takes. We have, Ty and Cooper scored a lot of points, but it was the other guys that made huge plays throughout that game. I thought, Garrett and Tyler on the bench came in and gave us some big minutes, rebounds, just those little things. And I thought Luke in the second half really did a good job of taking care of the ball and getting the tempo going. And Scott played well last night. And it takes everybody if you're going to win big games like that.
Let's talk about the game coming up against Rigby here today. I know it's a team that you know very well. And what can you tell us about Rigby and what do you expect out of them?
They're going to be disciplined. They really shoot the ball well. That's their biggest strength. That they shoot a lot of threes, and if we can defend the three and contest shots, then that's going to give us an opportunity. But if they're hitting their shots, then they're tough to beat. And then they also have the big guy down low, 6'7" and wide, and that's going to be a challenge for Ty also because it's not going to be as easy for him down there against the guy that's stronger than him. So we gotta be smart, and I think if we can defend well and rebound like normal, that's going to give you an opportunity.
You think Ty's movement inside, the other guy big and strong, but doesn't move as well as Ty does?
Yeah, Ty's going to have to be creative down there and try to get him in the air and use his athleticism to try to get around him a little bit. Hopefully we can go early at him and try to get him in foul trouble too. That'd be a big advantage. But it's going to be I think it'll be a good game, and whoever executes and again we got to take care of the ball and hopefully we got a little left in the tank after last night.
That's kind of the big thing. I mean, this is not only 3 days in a row, but the emotional toll last night. Let's see how much exactly the guys have left today.
Yeah, we used a lot of energy, and just the nature of playing, another Cache Valley school like Skyview, and able to bring yourself back down today and go and do it again against I think they're 7-0. They're undefeated, and they think, they beat Rocky Mountain last night. That shows you where they're at. This is a quality team we're going against, and again, we do this to kind of also prepare you for the state tournament, where if you qualify for that, you play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So this is good conditioning for us, and it'll help us down the road.
Coaching against your brother today, that's kind of an interesting situation. Have you done head-to-head before? How have you done?
Yeah, there's our first couple of years we were in the same conference, so that was tough. We'd have to play each other, and then last year they were at our tournament, and we played them here last year. So we played a few times, and it's always a battle. It's we both do a lot of the same things. We run a lot of the same stuff, so kind of mirror each other a little bit. But it'll be fun. It's always great to go against them. You always you root for them when they're not playing us, but should be a good game.
No sibling rivalry left over from younger days?
No, we've done it for a long time. So.
Well, great. Congratulations. Big win last night. Good luck today, and see if we can bring home a tournament championship today.
All right. Thank you, and appreciate all you do for us.
Tyler Jones, head coach of the Indians, our guest. Take a timeout. Back with more after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work to be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is a team of therapists who specialize in providing you a treatment plan designed to get you back on your feet. Call them today, Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meets. We talked a little bit about it in the open, Lyle, but your keys to the game today going into this contest against Rigby.
Well, there we go. Two keys, I guess I would point out. The first one would be to get Ty going inside, maybe get their big guy, Togiai, in some foul trouble. That would really help us a lot. They have a lot of size, but nobody quite who can guard Ty except maybe the Togiai kid. And then the other would be for our guards, Dan. I think we need to defend that three-point line, but also our guards, we need to rebound from the guard position here tonight. They're taller than us in the wing, and our guards have got to help Ty on the boards.
We invite you now to join us as here at Preston Gym. They'll roll the Stars and Stripes down, and we'll have our national anthem and the starting lineups and the opening tip coming up just after this. Yeah, they roll the flag back up, and we're ready for the opening starting lineups this afternoon. And the opening tip coming up just around the corner with Preston taking on the Rigby Trojans. We'll try to get the video feed going for you here. We're short a cameraman with the JV team playing in the old gym right now at the same time as well. We'll get the video feed up and going here, but I'll work it with my right arm the best I can here.
Do the best we can, yeah. Our JV was up 7, I believe, at half.
Starting lineup tonight for the Rigby Trojans. Wyatt Taylor, a 6'5" senior, will start, along with Britton Barrett. Barrett had 18 points last night. Keegan Thompson gets a start tonight as well, along with Tag Olafson and Tanoa Togliai, the 6'6" junior, who will play in the middle. And that's the guy who Ty is going to be charged with trying to move out of the way one way or the other.
Yeah.
For the Preston Indians, it's 7-1. They've won 4 in a row. Cooper Hobson, who lit it up last night for 30, a career high. Scott Dunn had 14 last night. He's a 6'2" junior. Luke Smaley did an awesome job running the offense last night, especially in the second half.
Yep, a lot of assists last night for Luke.
Also starting is number 21, Riley Parker, the lone senior, and of course Ty Hyde, the man in the middle, 6'6" junior, with 25 points last night as well. So a big night last night for the Indians. I'm trying to get my sound right here as the Indians will try to extend a winning streak and pick up a tournament victory, which is never easy, especially winning on your own floor. Even though as much success they've had here, winning their own tournament has never been easy.
Yeah, and obviously you want to play for the championship, but you want to win the darn thing when you get here. And the Indians, who maybe don't go quite as deep as Rigby into their bench, will have a chance here to pull one off against the undefeated Rigby Trojans.
So here comes Ty out to jump center, as he will jump center against Tona Togliai, the 6'6" junior. So that'd be quite a matchup to keep your eye on here as we get ready to get started. There's the tap controlled by Ty, maybe stole a little bit, but Preston will get the opening tap. Comes on the left side, now back out to the top of the key. Parker gives it off to Hudson.
Could be in a man-to-man.
Immediately get it down low to Hyde. He'll kick it back out to Hobson as they'll pull it back out top and set up the offense. Smaley drives around the corner. Gets it back to Hyde. Down the middle, Ty. Little arching shot is no good. And a foul. And Ty's going to shoot some free throws here 30 seconds into the game.
Ty made a living at the free throw line last night. 13 attempts, knocked down 10 of them. Goes right back there to start the game here.
Keegan Thompson at the line, or draws the foul, I should say, as Ty Hyde goes to the line. First one is good. So a big shooting free throw line from the free throw line last night. They made 34 of 44.
33 of 44,
yeah. Ty makes them both. So early on, Preston's up 2-0. And they'll come out and they'll show kind of a half-court press. They'll pick the ball up at the mid-court stripe as it's back up into the front court. Up into the corner. That goes back out top now. It's going to be held there as Tag Olafson had 8 points last night, sets up the offense. Back over on the far side to Barrett in the corner. Now back out top to Olafson again. Wants to drive down the middle. Goes all the way. Left-hand layup, no good. Tapped out of bounds. It's going to go to the Indians. Yep. So just a one-shot trip for the Trojans from Rigby. Hope you were with us last night and enjoyed the broadcast. It certainly was a lot of fun to bring it to you. And hopefully you'll enjoy today's game just as much. As Smaley slips and falls, it goes to Dunn in the corner. Dunn drives, lays it off to Hyde. Hyde goes up and he's fouled again.
Who have we got here? Let's see. Oh, 23, they got Togiai. It's that first foul we were talking about in the pregame on Togiai.
If you're thinking what happens if Togiai gets into foul trouble, they have Kalen Need, who's 6'5", who didn't play last night. Keegan Thompson, of course, is already in the game, and he is a 6'4" junior, and Wyatt Taylor is also 6'5". It's 3-0 Indians as Hyde makes his third free throw here in the first couple of minutes of the game. He's 4 for 4, and it's Ty Hyde 4, Rigby nothing.
Good start. I like it.
And once again, they'll show full court pressure. They get the ball up to midcourt. As it goes to Olafson. Olafson will bring it back up top of the key and set it up. Goes down the left side in the corner. A three-point shot from the corner is off. Smaley has the rebound. Here comes Preston again the other way. They tried to get it to Hobson, just a little bit too far and out of his reach.
Yeah, too bad. Good idea. Hobson streaking down the left side for a possible layup, but
so they'll turn the ball over as it goes back over to Rigby. Comes right in front of the scorer's bench to Keegan Thompson. Back over on the far side as it's back over to Olafson again. Right in front of us to Wyatt Thompson. He's the 6' senior, 6'5" senior as a matter of fact. Driving down with the ball in the corner as waiting for one man to fly by. They give it back to Olafson. His look at a three is no good. Nice rebound inside by Scott Dunn. Here come the Indians on the run. Scotty all the way, lay it up and he's fouled.
Dunn coast to coast, as said Dan, boy, he got up high for that rebound and then just shot down the floor.
Britton Barrett draws the foul. That's 3 trips down the floor for the Indians and 3 team fouls against Rigby.
Yeah, and this will be free throws 5 and 6 here for the Indians.
That's good as Dunn gets on the score sheet. That's 5-0 Preston here with 5:54, just a minute and 6 seconds into the game. 2 minutes and 6 seconds, I guess. That's it.
Yeah.
That's that public school math. as they miss their first free throw of the game, and it's 5-0. Olafson down the left side, drops it inside to Togliai. In the paint, goes over Hyde, gets it to roll, doesn't roll in. Schmaley has the rebound for the Indians. Come back the other way quickly. Bounce it back down to Hyde. Faces up on Togliai. Now back out top as it comes back to Schmaley again. Gives it off to Hobson. Back to Luke. Hyde comes all the way out the top of the key over to Scott Dunn on the right side, free throw line extended. Holds it high above his head. Now back to Hyde. 13-foot jumper off. A little bit too long. Rebound is off to Olafson. Here come the Trojans on the run. Back up into the front court. Hang in the paint. Can't get a shot. Lay it off to Britton Barrett. Barrett, 16-footer from the free throw line. No good. To chase down by Dunn. It's tapped out of bounds, but it's going to go to the Indians.
Good hustle by Scotty to chase that down.
So still 5-0 here early on in the first quarter. Not quite halfway through the quarter. As it comes to Hobson. Down low to Hyde. Back to Hobson again. Hobson gets bodied pretty hard. Loses the ball. Picked up by Schmaley.
Hyde and Togiai just going at it in the post. Adam Carlson says, "Pull it, fellas. It's not football."
As that goes back to Hyde, slam dunk. There we go. Timeout, Rigby will take a 30. 30-second timeout called by the Trojans as right now Hyde is getting the best of Togliai inside.
Yeah, and a beautiful feed that time from Smaley. A little bounce pass from the lane and Hyde in perfect position to go up and just throw that down with one hand.
So 7-0 Preston on top, 4:33 left here in the first quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. As you see the Indians break the huddle and come back out on the floor. And the ball will belong baseline backcourt after the slam dunk by Ty Hyde. It'll belong back to the Trojans, and again, Preston will come out and show the full court press.
Yeah, just I think kind of bother Rigby, maybe slow him down a little bit with this pressure.
Thompson will bring it in. He gets it into Wyatt Thompson. They'll try to trap the ball along the sideline. They get it out of the trap as it comes back over to Thompson. Now back to Olafson up into the front court. He drives all the way. His little finger roll is short. Taken down by Hyde. Gives it off to Schmaley. Luke back up into the front court. Luke dribbles into the corner. Now pulls it back out top. Comes around the screen set by Parker. He'll drive down the right side of the lane. Can't get a shot. Loses it momentarily and then travels.
Yeah.
Nope, he called off offensive foul instead.
On the loose ball after he lost it.
They're going to call a traveling violation, but they're going to call the loose ball foul instead. As up into the front court, Togliai snaps the ball across the court to Wyatt Taylor for three. Is an air ball taken away again by the Indians, and Schmaley back again up into the front court.
Rigby yet to dent the scoreboard here.
3:45 left in the quarter. Three-pointer here by Hobson, no good.
Boy,
tapped out and picked up there by the Trojans up into the front court. All the way, here comes Thompson. Stops in the paint, goes over Hyde. No good, but a foul on Ty.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Ty.
That'll be the first on Ty. Second on the team for the Indians. And Keegan Thompson at the line. He had 4 points last night, all of them coming from the free throw line. He was 4 for 4 last night, but he misses the first one here.
Ty with good defense there, but just didn't quite get standing straight up.
He makes the second. And finally, 4.5 minutes into the first quarter, Rigby able to finally get on the scoreboard. It's 7-1. Down low to Hyde on the left block. Tries to go around the man. Togliai.
They'll get him again. Yeah, get him a second foul.
I thought Ty had slipped, but they're going to call another foul on Togliai. That's his second.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to get him out of there.
Yeah, Justin Jones arguing the call, but
Bryson Uffers into the game. That last name, interesting name, U-F-F-E-N-S, Uffers. Uffens, I should say.
They go smaller then.
3-point from Schmaley. Good from the left corner. Anything you can get offensively from Luke, we'll take it.
Yeah, I'd love to see him get going from the outside and put some confidence on that shot.
Down in the corner, comes back out to Wyatt Taylor. Taylor back out top. On the right side again, comes back to Olafson. Olafson tries to get it down low to Uffens. He fumbled it and then dribbles it off his foot and out of bounds. They're going to call a foul on Parker. Wow.
Yeah, not much there, but
that's a bit of a bailout.
That might be the makeup call for the foul on Togia on the other side.
Could be, and that the usual change about this time of the first quarter, Garrett Ward on as Riley Parker goes to the bench. As they get it in. Strong shot from the corner, takes a long rebound, picked up there by Ward, gives it off to Schmaley, and the Indians will push back up into the front court. 2:35 to play here in the first quarter. They lead 10-1. Down low to Hyde on the block. Hyde trying to take advantage of the height situation in there, can't, so they'll kick it back out. Back to Hobson, who drives, and that's going to be a holding foul. That's on Thompson, that's his second. And that's 5 fouls with 2:25 to go here in the first quarter.
1 point and 5 fouls. That's not the way Rigby wanted to start. Fine for us.
Get it in. Hobson, three-pointer from the corner. No good. Hyde with the rebound. They'll pull it back out, or will he? Nope, he'll get it back to Dunn. Dunn takes a look at a three. That's good. Dunn has 4 here in the first quarter, and it's 13-1. Yeah, with 2:14 left here in the quarter. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
Ball belongs to the Trojans. The first shot was no good. They go through on the rebound. Second shot misses again. Here comes Schmaley on the run. Luke up into the front court. All the way down along the baseline, traveled.
Yeah, about the same spot, but he lost it there 2 minutes ago. He was trying to find Ty, I think, in a passing lane on the fast break. Just couldn't quite deliver the ball before he took steps.
So again, Trojans bring the ball in. Half court press this time as they pick the ball up at the midcourt stripe. Barrett in the corner, can't get a shot. Now back out top, back to Britton Barrett again. Back down into the corner again. That's Easton Martin, number 4 in black, as they'll pull the ball back out top again and try to set up the offense. As it goes to Keaton Hall. Now back to the top of the key again and back to Barrett. Barrett has it now on the right side. Free throw line extended. Looks down low. Nice pass. Layup up and in. Nice little give and go as Caden Hall able to make the layup.
Yeah, somehow we just lost a guy there. That'll happen once in a while.
Schmaley down the corner to Dunn. Back down on the right block to Hyde. Down low. Ward put it up in.
Good job,
Good vision by Hyde as well to find Garrett sneaking in down there among the taller players.
Yeah.
It's 15-3 with inside the last minute of the first quarter. Look out, lead pass to Hyde, saved on the floor to Dunn, and Scotty's foul going up. Again, we apologize for the camera work. All of our camera people are over working the JV game.
Yeah,
So we're forced into double duty here. Foul's going to go against Keaton Miller, his first, and with 43 seconds left in the first quarter, the Trojans are out of fouls. First one by Scott is no good.
Scott stepped up last night, hit those 2 big technical free throws.
Scotty waiting for the opportunity to shoot the second free throw. He finished the game last night with 14, one of his higher scoring games of the year. Makes the second here, he has 5. And coming in to replace Dunn is Tyler Parker, comes in for the first time here this afternoon. As Olafson comes back in, Keaton Hall will go back to the bench. And again, Preston will come out in a half-court defense as Schmaley will pick the ball up at the midcourt stripe. And he comes up into the front half. Wyatt Taylor trapped momentarily, gets rid of the ball, gets it off to Barrett.
Oh, good job, Garrett.
As it ends up in the hands of Uffens in the corner. The three-pointer from there is no good. Schmaley up high to get the rebound for the Indians. He'll walk the dribble back up into the front court. 19 seconds to play here in the quarter. The Indians will work for the last shot. Wants to penetrate, now pulls the ball back with 10.
Yep.
Now he'll go to work. He drives down the right side, finds himself amongst the taller players, loses it momentarily, picked up there by the Trojans, who come out on the run with 1 second. Can he get a shot? Nope. As even though it went in, it's not going to count. As the Indians, with an impressive first quarter lead, going to the first quarter break by the score of 16-3. Back to the second quarter after this on mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
We start the second quarter with the ball going to Rigby. Togliai back in at center. Little spin move in the middle. Got to get rid of it, and they throw the ball away. Nice hands by Garrett Ward to knock the ball down. Taken by Hyde, back to Ward. Now they give it back to Schmaley here to start the second quarter. 16-3, a 13-point lead for the Indians. Ward in the corner, bounce it down low on the block, back to Hyde, back down low. That shot was blocked as the shot there put up by Tyler Parker, and then a foul on Parker.
Yep. Tyler had a good look at it, just a good block by the Rigby kid, and then he ends up, Tyler that is, with the foul, trying to chase that loose ball.
It's 4 team fouls on the Indians here, just 30 seconds into the second quarter. Olafson up into the front court, goes around Schmaley, hangs in the paint, 10-foot jumper, good.
Good move by Olafson.
He has 3 in the game. Cuts the lead down to 11 for the Indians, 16-5 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Up into the front court, Hobson, right side, free throw line extended to Ward, looks down low and can't get it there, so he'll give it up to Parker, back out top to Schmaley. Schmaley goes back to Hobson, who has held off the scoreboard so far tonight. Yep. That shot forced off the side of the board. Hyde puts it back, that's no good. Here comes the Trojans back with numbers, 5 on 4. Kick it over in the corner, out of the corner. Here comes Barrett, no shot.
We'll get Hobson, I think, kind of riding him on the drive.
It will be against Hobson. That's the team's 5th. Now free throws here coming up for, no, I'm sorry, you're going to bring it out of bounds underneath their own basket. I apologize, Wyatt Taylor at the free throw line. Gets it in to Britton Barrett, to Olafson. Olafson dribbles right in front of the scorer's table. Now comes around the screen set by Togliai. Goes back to Barrett into the right corner, skip pass all the way over to Taylor. Taylor is going to be fouled on the drive.
Not the same call.
That's
hands on the drive.
That'll be against Schmaley. That's his second. Now the Indians are out of fouls as well here in the first half. 16 fouls apiece with 6:20 to play, and a 16-5 lead for the Indians. First quarter started fairly crisp. Now it's gotten a little sloppy.
Yeah. Expect Rigby to try to get Togiai going with Hyde out of the game.
Hobson's going to check back in, as you saw him walk through your picture. Barrett, straight away, jumper no good. Parker has the rebound for the Indians. Gives it off to Schmaley. Luke looks over at the bench on his way up into the front court. Once again, Hobson waiting to check in. He'll be in at the next dead ball. Back out top to Dunn. The three-pointer's off. Touched by Parker, then saved on the floor as it goes to Barrett. Barrett will push up into the front court. Indians are back with numbers as the ball's going to be off a foot and out of bounds. It'll go back to Preston.
Yeah, Barrett just kind of lost it as he tried to do a spin move.
Hobson back in. Schmaley's going to come to the bench. Luke with a couple of fouls and 3 points will get a little bit of a break here.
Yeah, Garrett Ward will run the point here a little bit. And they immediately put pressure.
I was talking to the broadcaster from Skyview before the game today. Told him how Hyde played quarterback. As it comes out to Parker, he looks at a three. That's no good. And the rebound is inside. He told him our backup quarterback was Garrett Ward. He goes, the little guy? Loses the ball inside. That was Keegan who lost it. Here come the Indians. They drive. Comes to Hobson in the corner. Looks at a three. No. Inside Parker. Put back. Yes.
Boy, Hobson just in and out on that three.
He's just where everything fell last night. Everything is just off tonight.
Yeah.
Into the corner it goes to Taylor. Taylor down low. Togliai spins and he's fouled. The foul will come on the shot. Riley Parker whistled for his second foul. And all of a sudden we got a bunch of guys with 2 fouls in the game.
Yeah.
2 for each team. Ty Hyde's going to come back. Also Rhett Robertson will come in as the Parkers, no relation, will head back to the bench.
Yeah.
So here's Togliai. First free throw.
Both actually. He missed the first one, and that's the air ball, so he'll go to Preston.
So he missed them both. He had 8 points last night. He was 0 for 2 from the line last night as well. So with full court pressure, they triple teamed the ball.
Yeah.
Ward trying to find something to do with it, and a timeout called very alertly by Coach Jones of the Preston Indians on the sideline. The 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 4:49 to play here in the first half. And tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors. West Motor Company is the place to go when you're in the market for a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Dodge truck. Why? Simple. They make you feel like it's home sweet home. That's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they possibly can. If you call Cache Valley home, stop by West Motor Company and welcome home. 18-5, Preston on top. 4:49 left here in the first half. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller on this Saturday in the championship game of the Preston Basketball Classic. As it comes into Ward, again under full court pressure. Dunn, crossover dribble, gets it back to Ward. Snap pass quickly up into the front court. Hobson drives, has his shot blocked. Taken away by the Trojans, up into the front court. Driving is Barrett. Barrett from the left block has his shot taken away by Hyde. He throws the ball away, and then the layup slips out of the hands of Taylor. He's calling for a foul, but the ball simply just slipped out of his hands.
Taylor looked like he was going to try to two-hand dunk that thing, but he lost it on the way up.
In the corner, three-pointer there for Barrett. Good.
Yeah, can't lose Barrett. Lost track of him, and he nailed one.
10-point lead for the Indians, 18-8. 4:15 to play here in the first half, sorry. Ball deflected, makes it into Hyde anyway. Nice little drop step move. Tries to force it inside, again taken away. Again, Barrett up into the front court. Barrett driving, gets charging foul.
Cooper Hobson there. Take that charge.
Offensive foul against Barrett Jones. That'll be his second. Hobson had established position and didn't move. That's what happens when you try to force the ball in through traffic.
Yeah, you gotta maintain control of your dribble now. Smaley back in the game.
Hyde, nice backdoor pass to Hobson. Shot no good. Tough pass, tough shot, I should say, on the left-handed layup. Into the corner, it goes back to Barrett. Wants to drive baseline. And lost the ball trying to get around Robertson. And it's stepped out of bounds. Preston. Stepped out of bounds before the contact.
That Robertson didn't play last night. In now, giving us some minutes in the post.
In the corner it goes to Dunn. Back out top to Robertson as he comes out to meet the ball. Hobson's going to take another three. He's short again. And the rebound again inside. Taken away there as Thompson has the rebound. Gets it back up into the front court as it comes to Olofsson. Olofsson dribbles top of the key. Back to Thompson. Look back door. Nothing there. Back to Olofsson. Togliai on the left block. Kicks it over in the corner. Taylor for three. Rugby's moving the ball a lot better than Preston has the last few times down the floor.
Sure have. And they have that size to shoot over your guards on the threes.
Smaley driving. Shot blocked out of bounds. To be quite honest with you, Smaley lost his balance and wasn't going to make the shot anyway.
Yep. Let's see on this inbounds, if they try to get a screen for Hobson for a three. Hobson hasn't hit one yet, but I'd like to get him going.
There's Hobson, another look at a three. Again, just off. Taken away again by Barrett for the Trojans. It's down to a 7-point lead. Preston led by as many as a dozen here in the first quarter tonight. 2:35 to play in the quarter. Olofsson, top of the key, gives it off. Taylor drives. Back out top again. Barrett for another three. Good again. Better get somebody out there with a hand up on some of these guys. You're going to throw yourself trailing rather quickly. Time out of the floor. We'll take one here as well. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com. .228 to play here in the first half. Preston leading, but their lead has evaporated. It's down to 4 points, 18-14. They get it back up into the front court. Dunn. Watt dribbles it off his foot, taken away by Togliai. Quickly ahead of the pack. It comes it's laid up and in by Britton Barrett. Down to a 2-point lead. 18-16. Hyde looks in the corner, nothing there. Back over to Dunn in the right corner. Bounce it back down on the block. Back out top, Schmaley, back to Hobson. Doesn't take the shot. Back out top, back to Thompson, or back to Hobson again. Hobson still can't get a shot. Gives it to Hyde at the free throw line. Back to Hobson from the corner. He's 0 for 9 in the game.
Yep. Had his feet set that time. I thought that one might go down for him.
Up into the front court, traveled. Tried to get it to Thompson. He skipped it before he put the ball on the floor. Tyler Parker back into the game. Rhett Robertson will leave.
Yeah, the Indians need to get a bucket here to get some momentum back and calm down the Rigby run.
They have just a couple of points here in the second quarter. So here comes Schmaley with the dribble up into the front court. Again, Hobson. Dunn on the right side. Back to Schmaley. To Hyde. Back to Schmaley. Luke drives from the left elbow. Shot good. Go, Luke. Luke has 5, and it's 20-16. Back to that 4-point advantage for the Indians again. 1 minute to play here in the first half. Ball tapped, lost momentarily, ends up in the hands of Togliai for the Trojans. Back out top, Thompson looks at a three-pointer, that's no good. A Hyde up high for the rebound and a foul. It's going to go on Olafson, his first. And free throws coming up for Hyde.
Well, Hyde did a good job of rebounding with both hands, causing Olafson to foul him.
Easton Martin back into the game. Bryson Uffins back into the game as well. You know, as far apart as Rigby and Preston is, these two teams know a little bit about each other. They actually faced each other twice during the summer.
Yeah, and you know, that summer ball is something we don't see a lot of here, but they play, you know, 20 games or so usually during the summer, these teams, and they play each other at tournaments and things, camps and those sorts of things.
You know, but the two teams that 2 times they played, well, they actually split them. So if you want to look for a matchup, don't look there. As Hyde makes them both. Tie with 8 in the first half. And again, full court pressure put on by the Indians. Back up into the front court. Uffins takes it down toward the left corner. He'll pull it back out. Now back out top to Olafson with 40 seconds to play in the half. Looking for the man to go through. That's Martin in the corner. Togliai had it, lost it. He'll have to kick it back out and reset up the offense again. Back to Barrett with 25 seconds to play in the half. Barrett will hold. Hobson comes out on him. Still wants to fake a couple of times. Now he'll put the ball on the floor. He'll drive right with 14 seconds. Back to Olafson. Olafson now down the left side is cut off there by Hobson. Look inside to Togliai on the left elbow. Still can't get a shot. He's standing in the key. Traveled before they called the 3-second violation. Either way, it goes back to Preston with 3 seconds left on the clock.
3 seconds.
Garrett Ward back in here with the 3 seconds left in the first half. Back to Schmaley. Luke pumps a long three, just a hair short. That's the way the first half ends, with the Indians up 22-16. We will take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll talk about the first half of today's game. We'll do all that as we continue after this break on mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today. Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. We are at halftime. Preston leading 22-16, but Lyle Fuller, the two halves couldn't have been any different tonight for the Preston Indians.
Yeah, boy, the Indians shot out to that big lead, 16-5, I believe, something along those lines. And Rigby seemed maybe half a step slow, half asleep a little bit there at the start, and then they came roaring back and started hitting some threes and played with a lot more energy. Got right back into the game, and we managed to keep a 6-point lead going into half. You know, last year, Dan, in this tournament, when we played Rigby, I believe it was a semifinal game, these two teams put on an offensive exhibition that was unbelievable. It was, I think, 55-50 at the half in that game. So I'm not going to hit that one today, but you know, the Indians did enough to grab that 6-point lead going into the break, and then you know, gives you a little bit of cushion to work with coming out in the third quarter.
If you're Coach Jones, what are you telling your guys to get ready for the second half?
You know, I think we got to close out on their shooters better. We had 2 or 3 lapses where their good 3-point shooters had wide open shots, right. and you know, we got to find those guys and close out on them, and then keep working the ball inside to Ty. You know, he got Togiai in foul trouble, and he had to be on the bench. And, you know, Ty can do a lot for us in there, both shooting and passing, if we can work it into him that way.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Lyle, look at the score sheet when we come back from the first half of this afternoon's game. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
details. So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Teams start to come back out on the floor, getting ready for the second half. And tonight's game is brought to you by Advantage Plus. They have what you need for all your financial needs, whether it's mobile banking, free rewards banking, auto or RV loans. Advantage Plus has what you need. With over 60 years of tradition, Advantage Plus is here to serve you with the services that you need most as the Indians come back on the floor. Stop by today and see for yourself at 311 South Highway 91 in Preston. Member NCUA and Equal Housing Lender. Preston leads by 6, 22-16, and Lyle has a look at the stats.
Ty Hyde in that first half, Dan, has one field goal, 6 for 6 on free throws for 8 points. Luke Smaley hits a 2 and a 3. He's got 5. Scott Dunn hits a 3-pointer, 3 for Scott. Cooper Hobson, high point man last night, hasn't scratched yet tonight. Cooper 0 for 9 from the floor right now. I think that Cooper just set his feet, just calm down just a little bit, set his feet, he'll be fine, and those will go in. Riley Parker has a basket. Garrett Ward also a 2-point basket, and that rounds out the scoring for the Indians in the first half.
Again, they jumped out to such a fast start here tonight in the first quarter, and then just kind of hung on like a prize fighter on the ropes trying to get to the end of the round.
Yeah, we just didn't score a lot in that second quarter, and Rigby picked up the defensive intensity. That was part of it. But yeah, the Indians had a few too many turnovers and missed opportunities in that second quarter. So hopefully they can come out in the third and get back to scoring, 15 or so in the quarter.
Today's game wraps up what was a busy week, in fact, busy 2 weeks for Preston Athletics, as the next game will be on Wednesday, as the boys team will travel to Burley to face the Bobcats. And then on Thursday night, we'll be back here at Preston Gym. We'll have the girls facing the Burley Bobcats. And then on Friday of next week, a team that we saw here in the tournament, Century, will be here to face the boys.
Yeah, Century is a tough team. Of course, we played Burley in the championship game at State just in March, 6-7 months ago. So, that'll be a rematch of the state title game. And then Century, actually, I think either got 3rd or 5th at State. So Century's a tough team. Those will be 2 important district ball games here for the boys and the girls as well playing Burley.
22-16 as we start the second half. The challenge for the Indians is going to be getting Cooper Hobson going. You don't want to tell your shooter to stop shooting.
No, you want him to continue to shoot with confidence. You say, just get your feet set and just get a little more daylight before you shoot that.
So Preston has the ball to start the second half. Hobson with it, down on the block, it goes to Hyde. Backs in on Togliai, spins, left hand off the glass is good.
Hyde with a good patience, good footwork. Get his shoulders past Togliai and laid up off the board.
Up in the front court, Thompson drives around Hyde. Ty gets a hand on it, blocks it, back out front, take it away. 3-0 for the Indians. It's done to lay it in. 4 quick points, and the lead is out to 10, 26-16.
Great start. That's the start we were looking for.
Olafson gives it back to Thompson. Thompson down low in the paint, goes up against Hyde, just kind of throws it around Ty. The shot no good. Ty takes a shot and hits the floor. The ball goes to Smaley across the timeline. Luke waits for his big center to come and join the party. Comes to the right side. Down to the corner, it goes to Dunn.
Oh, get it to him, there you go.
Back down to the right block, it goes to Hyde. Turns on Togliai, drop step in the paint. It's going to be a foul.
Let's see. What are we going to call?
It's going to be against Togliai with the leg, and that's his third.
It'll be his third, yeah.
Ty Hyde will go to the line. Ty trying to follow up on his 25-point performance last night. He has 10 here so far. And the first free throw is good.
So I guess Togiai is going to stay in with 3 fouls.
Now he walked over toward the bench like he thought he was coming out.
Yeah, he thought with 3 he was going to sit, but
he stays in, and it's Keegan Thompson who leaves.
Yeah, and we did get word, Dan, that our JV won.
Very good. As on the rebound, it's Riley Parker who's called for the foul as he kind of armed up Togliai. That's 3 on Parker. He's the only real one in foul trouble. Togliai also has 3. I take that back. Olafson gives it off, driving down the baseline. Ty got a piece of it, but tipped it in. Yeah. As Barrett gets full credit for the basket, and he has 10 here in the game. Smaley walks the dribble back up into the front court again. Comes to Hyde at the right elbow. Back to Smaley. Dunn in the left corner. Looks at a 3. It's a little long. Rebound taken down by Olafson. Here comes the Trojans, riding all the way. That should be an offensive foul as he cleared out with an elbow, but they're not going to call it.
I thought Cooper did a good job of maintaining his verticality on that. Yeah, he's asking the ref, what do I do different? I'm entitled to my space.
As Effins went up, he used the left arm and left elbow to clear Hobson out of the way. Keegan Thompson comes back in. Now they're going to get Togliai out with his 3 fouls. 6:08 to play here in quarter number 3. Bryson Effins makes the second free throw, his first point of the game.
Here's Hobson.
He just wasn't deep enough. That was the problem. He makes his first points of the game.
Came down with rain on it. Plenty of arch, too.
30-19 here in the third. 5:45 to play. Barrett looks at a 3. That's no good. Good position inside by Dunn. Scotty on the run all the way to the top of the key. Now goes down into the right corner. Pulls up, goes around the man. That's no good. Rebound fumbled away inside. Saved on the floor. It's going to go back to the Trojans. Here comes Uffins. Uffins all the way, and we'll be fouled on the drive again.
Yeah, Smaley had good defensive position, went for the block instead of the charge or just standing straight up.
It's 3 on Luke, so they have to get him out of there. As Garrett Ward will go to the free throw line. I should say we'll check in. As it is Bryson Uffins at the free throw line. He had 4 points last night and made 2 out of 3 from the line. Uffins first. Rolls around and comes out.
So Ward will come in for Riley Parker rather than Smaley. Smaley stays in with those 3 fouls, and Coach Jones just kind of gives him you got 3 signals, so be a little careful.
Togliai comes back in with his 3 fouls. Preston up by 11, 30-19. So we approach the midway point of quarter number 4. Uffins missed them both. Hyde with the rebound. And here comes the Indians back up into the front court. Smaley with 3 fouls, going to have to play carefully. Comes to Hobson in the corner, looks at another 3. Nope, that's an air ball. Togliai with the rebound, gives it off as it's up ahead to Olafson. Gives it off to Barrett along the right side. Back to Olafson. Looks inside, can't find anything there. So he'll pull the ball back up and try to set up the offense again. Hands it to Britton Barrett as he continues on into the corner. Now gets the ball back from Barrett. Free throw line extended right. Holds the ball up over his head. He wants Uffins to come out and meet the pass, which he does. Now comes to Martin on the left side. Martin back out top. Barrett a long three. Good. Good shot. Barrett with 13. Lead down to 8, 30-22. Done with it. Looks inside, drops it into Hyde, drop step move, tries to turn on Togliai. It goes to Ward, he missed the layup. As Uffins has the rebound inside. Olafson pushes up in the front court. He goes down on the block to Togliai. Goes over Hyde, that's no good. Ty with the rebound, saves it on the floor to Schmaley. Luke almost had it knocked away. In the corner to Hobson, looks for the three. No good. Long rebound is off to Martin. It's a race up and down the floor. Back to Barrett. Now finally, Rigby will slow down a little bit and try to set up the offense instead of just running at a frenetic pace. Barrett comes baseline on Ward. Garrett, he goes over Garrett. The shot no good. Togliai one tap, two taps, misses the layup, tap back in as it's Britton Barrett to put the ball back in.
We've got to stay on those boards and box them out.
Schmaley up into the front court. Lead down to 6 again. 3:20 to play here in the third. Preston on top, 30-24. Schmaley to Hyde at the left elbow. Drives around Togliai in the corner to Garrett Ward. His three is no good. Hyde got the rebound and goes back up and he's fouled. That's a bit of a break. It's not on Togliai. It's going to go against Bryson Uffins. His first.
We could go another trip to the line out of the deal. This will be 9th free throws coming up here, 9th and 10th.
So here comes Hyde to the line. First one's going to be just there. Tyler Parker's going to come back for Scott Dunn. Also back into the game is Keegan Thompson for the Trojans. He replaces Bryson Uffins. We got
there's a little blood or now
we got blood or water on the floor.
No, Ty Hyde's got some blood on his leg, it looks like.
Oh.
There's your assist man, Luke Schmaley with the assist.
Those Schmaleys are good people.
That's right.
So here's Ty back to the line again, trying to extend the lead. Missed them both. As that's going to be a foul on Ward as he crashed into Togliai trying to get the rebound. His first, team's fourth.
Maybe just a little bit of fatigue on that trip to the line there for Ty.
Lasted 3 games in 3 days, and he has been busy and a load to handle inside in these 3 games. Ball tapped away. 3-on-2. Here come the Indians. They get it in the corner to Schmaley. Looks at a three. No good. Hyde has the rebound poked away to Ward down low. And a foul before the shot. That's going to go against Martin. That'll be his first. That's 3 now on Rigby here in the second half. And the ball belongs out of bounds baseline front court to the Indians.
Called that on the floor, so we're inbounds on our own basket.
In the corner, back to Hobson. Another three. Good. There we go. Starting to get warmed up. He has a couple of threes here in the quarter. Back to a 9-point lead, 33-24. Martin gives it off in the corner to Olafson. Olafson drives, gets it around High. Put back by Togliai is good. Yeah, Togliai able to make the basket.
Instead of boxing out, we're a little too worried about getting the block shot there.
Now back down to Hyde on the left block again. They double team him and foul him. That's going to be probably against the front man, Olafson.
No, they got...
Yes. Oh, it'll be his second.
Olafson, yeah.
That's 4 now on each team. Ward comes back to the bench. Schmaley brings it in from underneath the basket, brings it in deep as it comes back into Scotty Dunn. Hobson out of the timeline, holds it up over his head, gives it to Smaley on the right side. Luke looks inside, back down to Hobson on the block. Fall-away jumper is short. As it's taken away there, picked up by the Trojans, and they throw it out of bounds. They tried to get it to Easton Martin. He wasn't even looking for the ball.
Yep. The Indians catch a break there, get the ball back. Chance to extend this lead here.
Back in the corner, Dunn back into the game. What pass is deflected, stays with the Indians underneath the basket.
Yeah, trying to get it down to Hyde on the block.
Smaley looks, gets it to Hyde at the left elbow, drives on Togliai. His shot no good, a little too strong. Should have used the glass. Comes off to Martin up into the front court. Martin gives it off to Barrett. Back out top to Olesen. Little goes between his legs with the dribble. Now he'll pull up. Now he'll charge again, going left as foul on the reach. That's against Smaley. That's 4 on Luke. Now they got to get him out as Ward will come back in. That's 5 fouls now against the Indians with 1:34 to play here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, the Indians will have to collectively take care of the ball now with Luke out of the game.
Back out top, Olesen in the wants to go up for it. Ward got a hand on it, takes it away, snaps it up into the front court. It gets to Dunn. Now back to Dunn in the left corner. His shot in, out, stays out. Togliai has the rebound. Up into the front court. Here comes Martin. Martin hands it off as it goes to Wyatt Taylor just back into the game. Togliai turns left, goes over Ty. His shot is short. Ty has the rebound. Quick release, comes back to Hobson, backs to Dunn.
Nice.
Lets everybody slide by and puts it in.
Good patience at the end of that fast break by Dunn and Hobson.
Final minute of quarter number 3. 50 seconds to play. 9-point lead for the Indians. Martin driving. Lays it off to Togliai. Kicks it back out. Barrett for another 2. But they called it a 3. Made it again.
We know he can shoot.
Yes, he does. He has 18 in the game. 35 seconds to play in the quarter. Dunn tries to get it down low to Hobson. Cooper lost it for a minute. Able to go get it back. And now he's foul on a reach-in. As that's going to go against Wyatt Taylor. That'll be his first. Each team with 5 team fouls now. So again, the ball out of bounds for the Indians. 26 seconds to play here in the third. Keegan Thompson's going to come back now. As comes in deep to Dunn, back at the free throw line, back to Hobson. They'll work for the last shot with 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Holding. Hobson waiting for somebody to come to the ball. Wyatt Taylor just holding his hand out like, I'll take your wallet. Comes back to Dunn on the right side. Back to Hyde. 8 seconds to play. 7. Back to Hobson. Hobson stumbles, but they're going to bail him out on another foul call against Wyatt Taylor.
Yeah, Wyatt Taylor about 6'5", very long, and just got his knee underneath Hobson there.
So once again, Rigby's out of fouls before we head to the fourth quarter as they get it in on the block to Hyde. Turns, goes around, shot is blocked, and hold on, a foul at the end of the quarter.
Ty's going to get a couple of free throws out of this.
Thompson's going to be called for the foul. That's 7 on the team, and Hyde's going to shoot untimed free throws at the end of the quarter. He'll shoot 2.
Hyde went down hard. I think the block was clean up high. Thompson got a lot of body, so Hyde will get 2 free throws here.
Ty gingerly walks to the line, not feeling too well after that fall that he just took. Makes the first of the 2 free throws. And the second is good as well. So Ty makes them both. It's 37-29 as we head to the fourth. The fourth quarter tonight brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. We'll go to the fourth right after this on mylocalradio.com.
refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Fourth quarter as we go to it is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. 37-29. Indians lead by 8 as we start quarter number 4.
Both teams got to be feeling some fatigue. Third game in 3 days.
Togliai gives it off. Taylor back out top. Olafson for 3. Good. Tag Olafson with his first points of the game. Cuts the lead down to 5 again. 37-32. Parker comes out to meet the ball. Drops it down on the block to Hyde. Hyde goes around Togliai. Shot no good. That's going to be touched by Hyde. While he was standing out of bounds.
Smaley still on the bench here at the start of the fourth with those 4 fouls. Coach Jones will probably take that down to the 4-minute mark or so, and we'll get Luke back in.
Here comes Olafson behind the back dribble. Triple team as he gets to the timeline. And almost threw it away. Dunn almost had it. Kick it back over. Tyler Taylor with another 3. Good again. Rigby's been as close now as they were in the first 90 seconds of the game. They're back to within 2, 37-35. Taken away. Taylor stole it. Here he comes all the way. Kicks it off. 3-pointer from the left side. For the tie is for the lead rather was no good. Dunn has the rebound. Quickly ahead to Hyde in the front court. Ty able to corral it. He'll slow it down. Give it back to this comes to Dunn on the right side. Back to Hobson.
Well, again, without Luke, we've got to play some smart offense here.
Hobson. Boy, it looked like a foul, no call. Ty has the rebound, goes back up, can't get it to go down.
Ty Hyde working hard in the post for that rebound.
Certainly looked like a potential foul on the shot put up by Hobson that they didn't call. Foul goes against Uffins, who's back into the game. That's his second, and that's now 8 on Rigby as a team. So first shot by Hyde is good. So they're already going to get 2 shots on the foul shot anyway, but
now Ty now that's his 13th free throw attempt.
Wow. Preston will shoot free throws the rest of the way here. Ty makes them both. 39-35. Back to a 4-point cushion. The full court press again put on by the Indians. Up into the front court quickly. Comes back to Olafson. Olafson will back the ball out. Try to set up the offense. Drives down the left side of the key. Comes around the screen. Set by Togliai. Now back up to the top as it comes again to Barrett. Barrett drives. Can't get through, so he'll give it to Olafson, who will bring it back out to the top of the key again. Olafson, crossover dribble. Tries to cross over on Dunn. Takes it down into the right corner. Bounce it down low on the block to Togliai. Togliai can't get a shot around Ty, so he'll try to bounce it away. It was deflected as it ends up in the hands of Uffins. Uffins has his shot blocked, stripped away to Togliai. Whistle, no basket. We got a whistle on the drive as we got a pushing foul. The clear-out foul.
It's a loose ball there.
That's his third. And the folks from Rigby really don't like that. Hold on. And that should be shooting. Absolutely, it's shooting. As Garrett Ward, or is it Hobson? It's going to be Hobson going to the line. As the discussion going on right in front of the scorer's table. between Justin Jones and the official, and also Britton Barrett, who was called for the foul. Barrett has 3 now. So here comes the free throws, 1 and 1. That's 9 team fouls now against Rigby. On the next call against them, it'll be the double bonus, 2 shots the rest of the way out. First shot is good, put up by Hobson.
Hobson went to the line 13 times last night. That's his first free throw attempt here of the championship game. He knocks it down.
40-35. Hobson's second, good again. Full court press again put on by the Indians. Trojans able to break it, get it down to Togliai, quickly back out top. 3-pointer again by Barrett, that's no good. Tapped, comes all the way back out. Barrett with a long rebound, that's an air ball saved on the floor. Nope, he's out of bounds.
He was out of bounds when his feet were out of bounds.
Yeah. He was started out of bounds. I mean, he didn't touch down out of bounds, but he was already there.
Right.
So here comes full court pressure put on by the Trojans now as it goes to Ward. Ward dribbles in the backcourt, ahead in the front court, it comes to Hyde. Hyde doesn't take the shot. Parker from the corner, that's no good. Hyde rebound, put back in. There we go, Ty with the basket. And a timeout. Nope, no timeout, we're gonna keep playing.
Play on.
Everybody went to the bench, I thought it was gonna be a timeout.
Right.
So we'll keep playing. 5:18 to play here in the fourth. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Olsen up into the front court. Looks down low, nothing there. Pulls it back out, stops at the top of the key, terminates the dribble, gives it off to Barrett. Barrett back down low. Uffins goes around Hyde and then again, it comes back to Preston, ball deflected, it gets to Parker anyway. Comes to Hyde. Back out top, back to Ward. Ward dribbles against Olsen. And a timeout called. Timeout on the floor. Called by full timeout. Called by Preston. As this will be the Indians' ball when they come back. 4:39 to play. We'll keep it here. And tonight's fourth quarter brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. They've been assisting Franklin County residents in their time of need since 1925. When you need a professional, understanding care. Excuse me. Stop by their modern full-service facility just off Highway 91, just south of Preston. Their doors are open for your questions and concerns anytime. That's Webb Funeral Home. 4:39 to play here in the fourth. Preston with a 6-point lead, 43-37.
Yeah, nursing that lead, a big putback on that last sequence by Ty Hyde after a missed 3 from the corner. Nobody boxed him out. He just flew in from about the 3-point line and put that up and in. Now we got Luke Smaley back in the game with those 4 fouls, and Garrett Ward will take a seat for
I'm
now.
guessing it's not very often that the Preston Indians play in front of what is a more partisan visiting team crowd here at home.
Right.
The Rigby folks are out in mass and they're making noise.
They are. They love their basketball.
Smaley, 12-foot jumper right out. Comes back into the game. Luke now with 7 in the lead, back out to 8 again, 45-37. Olafson goes around Hyde, stops for a long 2. That's an air ball. As the student section for the Indians lets him hear about it, as Smaley will bring the dribble back up into the front court. Smaley around the screen set by Hyde, gives it back to Ty, and Ty's going to be fouled on his way to the basket.
Is it a charge or are we going to get a block?
It's a block. It's actually a hold, they're going to call it.
Either way, it's 2 shots on the floor or on the shot now with a double bonus.
That's on Britton Barrett, his 4th. He's the guy making all the threes. I wouldn't mind seeing him take a seat.
Yeah, Britton Barrett, long arm, about 6'3", 6'4", and a really good shooter.
So here's Hyde back to the line for 2 more. First Keegan Thompson and Easton Martin back into the game. Barrett leaves. Uffins leaves. Tide will shoot the second. He has 17 in the game. 6 short, punched away. Parker running to get it in the corner. Kept wrong by the Indians, and a reach-in foul, and that's going to be 2 shots.
Riley with his hustle will get a trip to the line out of it.
Wyatt Taylor called for the foul. That's 3 now on Wyatt. Now in the double bonus. Here comes Riley Parker to shoot some free throws. First one is good. Wow, that's big. Remember, it's not 1-1 anymore. In double bonus as Britton Barrett comes back with his 4 fouls. It's automatically 2 shots now, being in the double bonus. Second one, good again. Riley Parker.
Big free throws there by Riley.
Extends the lead. They're now out to 11 again, 48-37. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the fourth. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Olesen comes around the screen of Togliai. Gives it back to Martin. His 3 is off. Kick it back. Barrett looks at a 3. That's good. Barrett's got 21. Cuts the lead back to 8 again. The Indians on top. Schmaley comes right in front of the scorer's bench. Now goes around Olesen. Drives all the way. Runs into a man. That's a block, and that's going to be free throws again. That's on Togliai. That's 4.
Yeah, Luke will get a trip to the line out of that. Good aggressive drive into the middle.
So here's Schmaley at the line. Luke with 4 fouls. First one. Stays out.
Used all the rim, but it just wouldn't fall down.
It touched every side, didn't it? Garrett Ward back into the game. Riley Parker heads back to the bench. Here's the second free throw for Schmaley. Has 7 points in the game so far here tonight. And missed them both. Trapped away. Running to get it is Thompson. Able to chase it down in the corner. Gives it off to Olesen. Coach Jones says we'll run thumbs up play. Olesen looks in the corner to get it to Martin. Nothing there, so he'll turn around and shoot the 12.
Big shove in the back.
A big push off in the back. That's by Thompson, and that's again going to be free throws for the Indians.
Hobson will go back to the line.
That's going to be 4 now on Keegan Thompson.
Yeah, an easy call for the officials. When you shove a man that hard in the back, he goes flying.
So foul trouble for Rigby. Barrett has 4, Thompson has 4, and Togliai has 4. For Preston, Schmaley has 4, Riley has 3.
Thompson misses the first.
Just a tough day all around for Cooper today. Indians by 8. Now make it 9 as Cooper takes the second. 9 in the game for Cooper and a timeout on the floor. Be a full timeout. We'll sneak one in here as well. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Well, you get a look at the scoreboard. There's the situation. 3:17 to play. Indians leading by 9, 49-40 here in the fourth.
Yeah, you'd have to think, of course, Rigby's a good three-point shooting team. They're dangerous that way in terms of getting back into it. But the Indians are probably going to have several more trips to the line here as Rigby tries to stop the clock. So we've got to step up calmly and knock those things down.
Preston into the double bonus. However, the Indians still only with 5 fouls in the half. So still waiting for Rigby to start shooting free throws. Three-pointer from the corner is no good. As Schmaley had the rebound, had it poked away, it's going to stay the Rigby. Then
Smalley just fouled out on a touch foul. Wow.
So Smalley fouls out with 3 minutes left to go in the game. Riley Parker comes back in. They already have Hobson, Dunn, and Ward on the floor. So they get a little bit more bulk inside. Olafson driving, goes over Riley, shot good. Olafson now with 5 in the game, full court pressure again put on. Comes in inbounds, they get it up to Hyde up into the front court, so they're able to break the press. Ty down low, kicks it back out. Ward looks at a 3, doesn't take it. Now to Dunn on the right side. Has it poked away momentarily, tries to drive, lost the ball, kicked it forward, comes back to Taylor, his 3, good. Oh boy. Back-to-back threes makes it a 4-point game with 2:24 to play. Timeout, Rigby. Now they're going to call it a full. 2:24 to play here in the game. So now the Indians are out of fouls. It changes things a little bit, as Rigby rather will be shooting fouls every time there's a whistle now, as well as Preston is now too.
Yeah, you know, we talked about on the previous broadcast, this classic, this tournament being a growing experience for the Indians. What another opportunity in this sense. You know, you've got your point guard fouled out now. You've got a 4-point lead, 2.5 minutes to go. How are we going to react? Who's going to handle the ball? We're going to be able to take care of it and, you know, close out a game without Luke on the floor, our floor general. So we don't have a growth opportunity here for the Indians.
So Preston ball back, baseline backcourt, full court pressure coming here from the Trojans. Ward trying to get it into somebody, got to call a timeout. He was just about at the end of his 5-second count and had to take a timeout. Very alert play called by the Indians. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Stokes Market. Stokes Market in True Value is not an ordinary grocery store here in Preston. They see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market in True Value offers clean, bright, and modern stores with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery around. Stop by today, 217 South State Street here in Preston.
Yeah, and that was an example there, Dan. You know, again, with Luke out of the game, we weren't quite able to handle that inbounds against pressure. So Tyler's over there with the whiteboard saying, okay, you screen here and you cut here, and we'll get somebody open, inbounds the ball. But that's step one, get the ball inbounds safely.
So we'll try it again. Baseline backcourt for the Indians. Try to get it into somebody, bounce it to Hyde. He's triple teamed along the baseline and they foul him. That's going to be 2 shots again for Ty. Check who they called the foul on. They called it on 10, Keegan Thompson. That's 5 on him.
So Thompson hasn't given them a lot of points, but he's another long-arm defender there that Rigby will lose.
Easton Martin's going to come back in for Rigby. Ty will shoot 2 in the double bonus. And the first one is good. Ty follows up his 25 performance last night with 18 so far, with 2:22 still left here in quarter number 4 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Second one is short. And the rebound comes back to Ty. Attacks the basket, no good. Togliai has the rebound as it's picked up by Barrett and out of midair. Barrett hustles the ball up into the front court all the way against Hyde. Wild shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, has it blocked by Ty. Double teamed underneath, goes back up, and a foul probably on Cooper Hobson.
Yeah, there'll be a foul there, probably on Hobson, like you said, yep.
Just 3 on Cooper. Now back to the free throw line goes Britton Barrett. Barrett made both of his free throw attempts last night. He had 18 in the game last night and led the team in scoring, and the first one falls in.
Yeah, good a shooter as he is. Not surprising to see a soft touch from the free throw line. Barrett far and away the high point man for the Rigby Trojans here this afternoon.
Has 21 tonight. Second one good as well. Gives him 22. And now Tyler Parker is going to come in for Wiley.
Again, the Indians will have an inbounds here against pressure.
3-point lead with 2:06 to play. They'll trap immediately. Comes up to Dunn. 3 on 1. It goes to Parker. Can't get a shot. Standing underneath, gives it to Hyde. His put back, no. Gets his own rebound, goes back up, and he's fouled again.
So Hyde will go back to the line.
Bryson Uppins called for the foul. That'll be his third. Ty, who made 1 out of 2 a moment ago, going to go back to the free throw line again.
Yeah, my score sheet that I have only goes up to 18 free throws. I've had to. This is free throw number 19 here for Ty Hyde in this game.
Tota Tagliai back in right now after the missed free throw. Uppins leaves with his 3 fouls. We're under 2 minutes to play now in the game. 154, 3-point lead for the Indians. Ty's second free throw. Ooh, sneaks in over the front lip. So Ty now with 18 in the game. 1:45 to play. It's Olofsson in the corner. 3-pointer there is no good. Tagliai has the rebound. Offensive foul.
That'll foul him out.
Tagliai fouls out.
Ty gives up the body there on that, taking the charge.
Just a little bit of a touch, but it was enough. No free throws on the player control foul.
Yeah, and that is really giving up your body when Tagliai spins on you. That's a big hit.
We could say it's a light touch, but it probably could be strong enough to knock down a tree. We don't know. So Tagliai is out. Preston leads by 4. 1:39 on the clock. Here gets it to Dunn on the inbound pass. Scotty runs the ball up in the front court, gives it off to Hobson. Hobson back out top to Ward. Garrett looks down the left side. He's double teamed and a foul on a reach in. Olofsson called for the foul. That'll be his third. You know, there's really, at this point, it means nothing to Rigby to commit a foul and try to get the ball back.
Yeah, because they're stopping the clock either way, but
possession arrow belongs to Preston. First one by Ward. He's not getting it out.
Got to knock these down, even with tired legs. Just bend those knees a little deeper. Take a deep breath.
Garrett second. That one does fall in. Ward now with 3 in the game, and it's a 5-point lead for the Indians. 52-47, 1:20 to play in the game. Olofsson back around the screen. Looks to Barrett, nothing there. Gives it back to Uppins, who drives on Hyde. Blocked by Hyde, controlled back to Barrett. Another 3 is going to be short. Inside, Uppins with the rebound. Puts it back, no basket.
Good battle there on the rebound.
No basket. Foul on the floor before the shot.
We get Tyler Parker on the rebound foul. He and Uppins look like they were starting a wrestling match there on the block, but Tyler gets the foul.
So here's Bryson Uppins at the line. He will shoot 2. 18 fouls now against Preston. Oh, he's 1-1 and he missed the front end. That's big. And Dunn has it poked away from behind. Comes up in the front court to Hobson. Hobson double teamed as they get it to Parker. Parker takes a bump. No call there. Back to Hobson. Inside a minute now. 50 seconds to play. Hobson's fouled on the drive. Foul's going to go on Martin. That's just his second. But already the double bonus means 2 more shots here at the free throw line for the Indians.
Cooper with a chance to get some without any defense on him here.
So there's Hobson. Tough shooting night. He reaches double digits, however, as he picks up his 10th point tonight. And with 50 seconds to play in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Hobson gets the second and makes them both.
Well, those are big.
Olafson back up into the front court. A long three-pointer by Taylor. Good.
That was really long.
Timeout, Rigby. Wyatt Taylor hits the three, now has 12 points in the game.
Thanks.
So the timeout on the floor, 41.2 left, back to a 4-point game. 54 rather with 50. As again, Preston will try to hang on here in the closing moments of the game.
Hard to put away a team that's a good three-point shooting team like Rigby.
Yep. Tonight's game brought to you by Idaho Salvage. If you're cleaning up around your house or yard or garage, remember, you can turn that scrap metal into cash. Just take that metal to Idaho Salvage or Idaho Salvage and Metal here in Preston. They pay top dollar for everything from scrap cans to aluminum cans. So take the scrap metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida. You'll find them right here in the city of Preston. So here's the situation. You can see the scoreboard, 41.2 seconds left. Preston leading by 4, 54-50. Rigby is out of fouls. The Indians been shooting double bonus most of the quarter. 18 fouls against the Indians. And also the possession arrow in the direction of Preston as well as they get it into Hyde in the back court. Get it in a touch to up in the front court to Parker, now back to Dunn. And Dunn's going to be fouled quickly as Wyatt Taylor commits foul number 4.
So now Taylor with 4 and Barrett with 4. Actually, Barrett was out of the game for a second. He'll come back in here.
Yeah, Barrett will be right back in after this free throw here. That's the first one by Scotty is good. Barrett does come back. It'll be Keegan Hall who goes back to the bench. So the big three-point shooters are still in there with a 5-point lead for the Indians. Dunn, his second. Is good again. Scotty makes them both. Clock runs with 30 seconds to play. 6-point lead for the Indians. Still a 2-possession game. Uppins a long three, too long. Dunn has the rebound, and they follow immediately.
I think they're going to get Barrett. Barrett was the closest guy to him.
Yeah, he had to commit it.
No, number 2.
Wyatt Taylor.
No, number 2.
It'll be on Taylor. Taylor fouls out.
Taylor just made about a 27-foot three-pointer. So
unfortunately, he's in a situation where he had to commit the foul. He's the closest guy to the ball. So 23 seconds to play. It's good. First one by Dunn. That's a 7-point lead, makes it a 3-possession game. So even a couple of long threes put up by the Rigby sharpshooters can't get them the lead. Makes them both.
Well, it's 4 in a row under pressure. Good job by Scott Dunn.
Back up into the front court. Hyde way out away from the basket. Doesn't need to be out there. As the long throw, that is good. Put up by Martin. That's his first points of the game. 11 seconds, 10 to play. 5-point lead for the Indians. Get it to Hyde, up to Hobson in the front court. He's fouled there intentionally by Uppins, who reaches out and grabs him around the waist, and Uppins now has 4.
Yeah, it's almost what you call a clear path foul in the NBA, but otherwise, Cooper will get a trip to the line.
You reach out and grab something like that, that used to be an intentional foul.
Yeah, they used to just call that intentional, but.
First one by Hobson is good, makes it a 2-possession game again. 6-point lead, 59-53. And Hobson makes them both. Gives him 13 and back to the 7-point lead with 5 seconds. This one is basically over at this point. It goes to Martin. His long three is so good at the buzzer. That's the way it ends. The Preston Indians win their own tournament as they battle off fatigue, late scoring after going off to a quick start tonight against the Rigby Trojans and win by the final score of 60-53. So congratulations to the Indians for winning the tournament. They've won 5 straight now since the loss against Twin Falls. and they really showed their mettle here the last 2 days.
Yeah, really a glimpse of what the Indians can round into as the season rolls on, and of course you have to get better between December and February to be your best going into that late February. But great win for the Indians this afternoon. Great job to win the tournament.
Absolutely. We'll take a time out. We'll come back and start the post-game show after this on mylocalradio.com.
This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Welcome back here to the postgame show as we welcome you back inside Preston Gym as the Indians knock off the Rigby Trojans by the final score of 60-53 and win the Preston Basketball Classic. In the last couple of days, it's almost becoming a cliche that we're wearing out, but the last couple of days have truly been classics for the Indians.
Yeah, this game today was not as high scoring, certainly as the Skyview game, but no less intense. Boy, Rigby, we jumped out of a big lead, but they got right back on us, and they kept it close, kept the game pressure on us all the way through the fourth quarter. Huge free throws down the stretch that really salted the Trojans away, even though they still had some long threes to make it a close final score. But great win. Again, we talked about Luke Smaley being out with the foul trouble. Sat most of the second half and eventually fouled out, but the other guards stepped up and did what needed to be done.
Yeah, we look at the way this game was officiated, and the officials called it very close. So there was a lot of guys ended up in foul trouble, and we ended up with three players, a combination from both sides, ended up fouling out of the game.
Yeah, and of course the Rigby fans will complain about the officiating, but the fact is, Ty Hyde's a hard guy to guard in the post without fouling.
Absolutely.
He has a knack for picking up fouls on the other team's bigs, and he showed that again tonight.
So for the Preston Indians, they win it 60-53, and another win here on the home floor. They love the home cooking, including last night's win and tonight. The Indians have now won 66 of the last 91 games played here at Preston Gym.
Wow, that's tremendous, and again, without pulling out the calculator for the exact percentage, that's a really good percentage. And now that we head into district play with Century coming, it just makes it even more important to get those wins at home.
Yep. So next week, after they enjoy a couple of days off, they have a game on the road at Burley and then Century here next Friday before they finally get some extended time off for the Christmas break.
Over the Christmas break, yeah. That game at Burley will be an interesting one. Burley, as we mentioned, played us in the state championship game. They graduated some really good kids, but they have the coach's son, Trent Whiting, former BYU player.
Right.
His son, Jace Whiting, is their best player, and he's been doing really well. So another hot shooting guard will have to contain, and another challenge for the boys coming up at Berlin.
So the Indians win it 60-53. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, look at the final stat sheet right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
So the Indians win it 60-57, and the postgame show tonight brought to you by Lewiston State Bank. If you're looking for a better rate on your banking and checking accounts, Lewiston State Bank has the answer for you with their My Rate checking account. Stop by their Logan branch at 3rd South and Main, or go to their website, ls-bank.com, for more information. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC. Well, with the winning totals, Lyle Fuller has a look at the stats.
Yeah, we referenced Ty Hyde shooting free throws. Ty finishes with 19 points tonight, only 3 field goals, the rest coming from the line. He goes 13 for 20 from the free throw line, does Ty Hyde. Luke Smaley goes 2 for 2 on twos, 1 for 3 on threes, 0 for 2 from the line for 7 points. Luke with several rebounds and assists tonight as well. Scott Dunn goes 2 for 4 on twos, 1 for 3 on threes, and 6 for 8 from the line. Again, Scott had 4 in a row in that last 2 minutes of the game to help put things away. 13 points for Scott Dunn. Cooper Hobson, tough shooting night from the field. He goes 0 for 5 on twos, 2 for 10 on threes, and 7 for 8 from the line for 13 points. And again, Hobson had 4 down the stretch too, very critical there. Riley Parker goes 1 for 1 from the field, 0 for 2 on threes, and 2 for 2 from the line for 4 points. Rhett Robertson played but didn't score tonight. Garrett Ward goes 1 for 2 on twos, 1 for 2 from the line for 3 points, and Tyler Parker played and didn't score tonight, goes 0 for 1 from the field. So the Indians overall, Dan, you look at the shooting totals and they're not that impressive. A lot of that's indicative, I think, of the third day of playing in a high-stress tournament. But the Indians go 8 for 23 on twos, 4 for 18 from the three-point line, and 29 for 42 from the free throw line. So we thought 44 free throws was a lot, and it was last night. 42 here tonight. They knocked down 29 of those freebies.
So again, for the second night in a row, it's really the shooting from the free throw line that turns out being the difference in the game.
Yeah, what a good job there by the Preston Indians, especially down the stretch, to step up and knock those down.
You see some of the Indians players coming back out on the floor wearing their T-shirts that were given them, proclaiming them the Indians Basketball Classic champions. As a good job by them indeed, as they pick up 3 wins in a row. Not an easy feat, as you talked about, and people know about this tournament, that this is a very tough tournament to A, participate in, and B, to win.
Yeah, when we first got started, nothing against the teams that played with us then. We had some 2A and 3A teams then. Now, boy, it's all 4A and 5A, and some of the very best in the state.
Right.
This is a loaded field, and, it draws a lot of attention, and deservedly so. They do a good job at the tournament, and great to come out champions. And, with the 4 wins that the Indians have had this week, boy, I don't know of any high school team in Idaho that's had a better week than the 4 wins the Indians have had this week.
That's true. That's certainly not gauging by the competition they play. We'll take our last time out. We'll come back, see if we can get the coach out here, and also tell you about what's on tap for the Indians coming up. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on mylocalradio.com.
When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Yeah, Coach Jones apparently busy doing some TV interviews with TV stations from a couple places around the state here covering the tournament. We told you this is a big deal.
Well, I think Tyler's going to give us a minute here.
Well, it's fine. We'll take any time he can possibly give us as he gets intercepted here by a fan while we're waiting for Coach. Final thoughts from you.
Kind of staying with the theme we talked about before, the Indians, one of the reasons they wanted to play this tournament was to learn about themselves and try to gel as a team, try to figure out how to utilize strengths and minimize weaknesses. And I think these 3 games have been really good for the Indians that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's, they play through what is probably a little bit of fatigue, but they're able to get it done here as Coach Tyler Jones joins us here on the post-game show. Let's go with that question. How much, this being the 3rd game in 3 days and everything that's gone on, how much did the fatigue play into the game today?
I think both teams, were a little short on their shots, a little bit. But at the end of the day, still, you got to bring the effort and the battle. And I thought both teams kept playing through that. And it was a good game, hard fought.
Yeah, as far as you look inside and you know that the Ty has to be the leader of the team, especially step up when Cooper's having such a tough day as he was, and that's exactly what you get out of really what is your team leader.
Yeah, no, I thought our shots just seemed a little short. They weren't falling, but we kept playing, kept battling, and Ty stepped up big. His presence down low on both ends, I thought, was the difference.
I thought it was really key here this afternoon, Coach, with Luke Smaley on the bench having fouled out to handle their press in those last 3 or 4 minutes. It was a little shaky at first, but then they got it under control and handled that. And then Hobson and Dunn stepped up and hit 8 big free throws between them down the stretch, and thought that was big for you guys.
Yeah, those situations are, we'll be better for it. The pressure, like you said, 3 minutes to go, our point guard, primary ball handlers out, and others we threw it away a couple times there and got a little shaky, but they played through it, and we were able to hit free throws the last minute there to kind of seal it.
So it's a good win for you. You guys get a couple of days off, and then you're really going to get into it. You're going to face Burley and Century next week before you get a few days off for the holidays.
Yeah, so this is great. Early, a preseason tournament that play these quality teams like Skyview and Rigby, who are really good basketball teams. So by no means this was a good learning moment for us. We showed what we're capable of, but at the same time we have a long way to go and a lot of things we need to do better. And this next week's even more important, playing 2 league games.
Right.
So like I said, at Burley, which is never easy, and then home against Century. And Century's hasn't lost in our league yet, so these are big games this coming week.
It ought to be good, and that starts on Wednesday up in Burley. Yep. So another tough week, and more tough steps, and really test the mettle of these young Preston Indians.
Exactly. Yep. Well, it was a great weekend, great event, had a great turnout, and it was a great tournament. So hopefully next year we can keep getting some good teams to come in.
Very good. Congratulations. Thanks for coming out and joining us for a couple minutes.
Thank you, and thanks again for all you guys do.
Appreciate it. That's Coach Tyler Jones with us here on the post-game show, and that'll bring up tonight's broadcast to a close. As Coach mentioned, our next broadcast is coming your way Wednesday as the boys hit the road, and the Indians will face the Burley Bobcats. 7:30 tip-off. Our pregame show starts about 7:10 coming up on Wednesday nights.
Well, good. It's been a fun tournament, Dan. Good to be with you here, and I think probably Ron Smaley will travel up to Burley there with you and be on the call there, but we'll be tuning in.
We'll see you back here on Friday night against
Century. We'll be back here Friday night for Century.
That's our Executive Director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator is John Beverly. As we mentioned, we'll talk to you again on Wednesday night as we remind you again of the final score here as the Preston Indians win the championship game of the tournament by the final score of 60-53. Until Wednesday, good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.